Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have this lovely page tutorial for you today. I'm going to use this paper from the All Love collection that is featured in this month in the My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit. I select this paper that has different designs, but I'm going to cut out the frame. I'm going to trim this off camera because I'm going to use to frame my photo. Then from this paper I want to take the gift box and I'm going to trim off, and look how lovely it goes, perfect with the theme of my page. Now with the rest of the paper I'm going to cut squares. At this moment I am cutting 2.5 by 2.5 square, but the correct size is 2.25. I will redo all the squares at the end at 2.25 inch. So I am playing with the different design of the paper, cutting different squares, one with one design, other with wood grains, and I will do this with the rest of the paper as you see here. I love this one with the butterfly, and look, this one with the bee, so pretty, and has the foil, and one with the wood grain. And once I have all the squares ready, I'm going to take my Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo, and I am inking now all the edges with Distress Oxide just to give this vintage look in the edges. Now I take the clear gesso, and I'm going to apply clear gesso to a white cardstock, and I'm going to cover all. I'm not sure at this moment what I'm going to do, but I just prime the paper to just in case that I need it. Then I am taking now all the squares, and I'm putting in this angle in diagonal because I want to make like a quilt patch work in this area. That is my idea. So I am playing with the different design and look which one looks better. And now I think that this is my prime background. You see, I put the lovely photo, the frame, and all the squares. Now with a pencil I am making marks around all these because I will need to move them, because I want to use the stencil from the kit with the Distress ink spoon sugar here. I put down now the stencil and attach them with washi tape to my mat because I'm going now to blend the ink using the stencil. I want the design. That is the reason that I put the in angle the stencil to play with the same pattern that I am making with all the squares. And I am blending this ink in some area. I'm not applying too much ink, just to give a soft design on the background. And I am checking now here that I am covering the area that I need with the design, with the stencil design, so I will need a little more in the right side here. And then let me show you how it looks. I'm going to remove it, and you can see here how it looks. Some area you will see that looks darker than the other. Maybe this area in specific, I did not apply the clear gesso well, and that is that you see two different color tones on the background. Now I attach again. I match that the stencil was align with the rest of the design, and I am blending again the spoon sugar in this area here. Look how it looks, and I will do the same in the right side and in the bottom part with this ink. And I noticed that well, my ink, this one is a little dry, so I don't know, it takes me a little of time to blend this well on the background, but for sure this one is a little old and I need to replace it. Anyway, the background is ready, I add, as you see, cardboard behind the squares, and all the squares are 2¼ inch. Then I take my scissor, I am distressing to give more texture and interest to the squares, and I will do this in all the squares. And now I will play with the different design, the birds, and I think that I love how it looks in this way. I'm using now the Tim Holtz ruler just to align and put this straight on the background, not with curves of something like that, just straight. And once I have in the position that I want, I will start to attach all these squares on the background and play with them. Maybe I let like a 1/8 inch between each one, or 1/16 inch between the difference between one another, and then I will continue adhering all these squares on the background. I'm just playing with the different shapes and the wood grain, one vertical, other horizontal, and in that way I will this one not. Okay, I change it for this one, not to repeat the same design one near the other. And then once I attach all this, you see, this is the last one, and I put it in this side. It is ready. Let me show you how it looks. You can see here, it has a little dimension, and the center too doesn't have. Now I'm using the chipboard that comes in the kit from Prima, and I take the small pieces. I'm using the embossing dabber by Ranger, and I'm going to apply this and cover all the chipboard. It acts like a adhesive, and it will attach the embossing powder to the chipboard. This embossing powder that I'm using is from Blue Fern Studio, the color gold. And I am trying to look for an embossing powder that look very similar to the foil of the papers. Now I use my heat tool to melt the embossing powder, and you can see here how lovely it already looks. Looks so pretty. And the color gold is very similar to the paper. And let me put this aside. This is the foil, and you can see here the one from the heart that it looks similar. Now I take an eraser and I eliminate all the pencil mark from the background. It's ready. Now I take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to put the frame over this cardboard just to pop out the photo. Look how pretty. I use a pink matte and I am applying vintage photo around the photo too, just to give the same look like the squares. Here I'm going to add the gift. I put a piece of cardboard behind, and I just select the gift because this is a page about mother love, and I think that our sons are our gift. So that is the symbolic thing about the gift behind the photo. And now I'm using the Prima flower. Look how gorgeous are these flowers. They have like a glitter, like a tornasol glitter in the edges. Now I'm using the chipboard and I'm going to put this in like near to the heart, and the small flowers from the kit I'm going to use it in the top corner with another small heart. And I am playing with the different pieces, and the last chipboard I'm going to use it in this corner. Now I'm adding a piece of cheesecloth in color pink, and I'm going to make layers here in the flower arrangement here in the corner. Now I select this as my title. I looking here in the chipboards that from the same collection that are so pretty. Let me show you. I will shows this sentiment that is so beautiful. And then I love from here the hearts, the gold hearts. So I will take all the hearts in color gold to use in my page. And also this one that is big to put here. I'm put it here now, but we will see that we'll change it later. Now I take a piece of pink cardstock, the same that I used to mat my photo, and I'm just cutting. I want to make like a banner here, so I cut a piece in a rectangular, and I'm going to cut a V shape here just to make the shape of the banner. And now I'm inking all the edges just to follow this, to be cohesive with all the different elements on the background, and I'm going to attach this here on the bottom of the photo. Then I'm adding now another piece of cheesecloth. In the top corner I make a cut because I want to show the beautiful heart that has that square on the back. And I think that I want to add a piece of lace, but I'm going to adhere this. And I already had the lace out of camera, but I'm going to show you what I did. I add this flower tiny that is from lace, and look, the cheesecloth, and these leaves I cut it from a die cut from my stuff. Here you can see how it looks, the banner. I add a chipboard behind, and I put the heart here with the title, and it's perfect. I also add more leaves here, as you see, this white that I cut from a die, and then with a clay I made this tiny frame. Here I am adding some pearls. I am putting some pearls in the area that I want, and I'm going to use now my hot glue to adhere all these pearls. I will do the rest off camera. Okay, now all the pearls are adhered, and then I'm going to add art stones with 3D gloss gel. I want to add a few of them, not too much, but I love the texture that it brings to the page, and I want to add behind the title just to highlight more the title and create more dimension. And I am also putting some over the frame and in different area. And in this area too, I'm going to let it dry all this art stone. Now I cover the photo, and I take one of the Distress Oxide in color pink, not sure the name of this ink, and I mix it with water just to give like watercolor splatters over this area here. And I add in a few of them. Then with the paintbrush I am making like a spot of this on the background just to give the effect that is watercolor. And I'm going to let it dry all these air dry. Other tip that you can do is make water splatters over the area to react the distress ink, but I didn't. And here is the final result. Look how it looks. I just love it. It looks it has a lot of dimension, a lot of texture, different elements, the combination, the path work on the background looks awesome. Let me show you the photo outdoor that you can see better the colors. And if you like this video tutorial, let me know if you like it with a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I will let you in the description box all the information, and here 2 more videos that maybe you are interested. Nos vemos, bye bye.